Ain't no love lost, I just move how I move. Jocking for position, I'm fighting ill too. Whoa, I got these niggas rattled, got these bitches so loose. Tell them on the tone while she blow on my flute. I got biggie dreams, give me the loot. Don't put no ceiling on me, I'ma shoot through the roof. Every day I wake up, I'm tryna blow it down. The speakers knocking, weed hitting while I move through the town. Discover what it's like to say fuck it. You can look me in my eyes and you know I'm up to something. Took a little minute, but I like who I'm becoming. Focused on getting mine, I swear that's all that's on my mind. My niggas ain't no ushers, they gon' let that bitch burn. Why you smoke so much? Because this life shit absurd. Really flexible as hell, she do yoga at the gym. Go ahead and grab your ankles, girl, let me see your bed. Let me see just what you worth, how much I'ma spend. Can't stop until my heart do shit, I'm here to the end. These niggas thinking like some locals, but I'm thinking like a mogul. You can hate me for a lot of shit, now all my acts been noble. Time is money, niggas, so I'm staying up late. No chlorine, but my eyes look like Republican states. Ain't no love lost, I just move how I move. You can look me in my eyes and you know I'm up to something. Ain't no fucking yes man, feel like Kyrie, ain't no puppet. Like the heavens need an angel just for stunting. Yeah, you know it's always a vibe when some real ones collide. Gotta keep some people around who know how to survive. Hustling like a nigga just arrived. Around the clock a nigga losing sense of time. I done been through some shit. Yeah, I've been through some shit, but I can do it for what it's worth. Can't show no love if the respect don't come first. Can't pay no mind. Look me in my eyes and you know I'm up to something. Ain't no love lost, I just move how I move.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. This is Devore and Bakes of America. You are tuning in to the Not for Debate podcast. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our Spotify, any streaming platform that you may have, and also on our YouTube page. Action-packed episode as usual. We're counting down to the last couple of days until the NFL 2022 season kicks off. We're definitely going to be talking about the Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams. Also, we're going to be making a couple of bold predictions as far as the 2022 season is going to be shaped up to look like. Banks, we here. We
man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We here, baby. We here. Yeah. I just want to troll the media outlets out there, let everybody know what it is this year. Sorry for the face cover, but not shouldn't make a difference. You guys already know who won the Super Bowl anyway, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Y'all remember?
No need to remind.
Did anybody remember that I said this was going to happen? Just throwing it out there.
No need to remind me who won the Super Bowl. We dressed for the occasion this evening, like you know what we got going on. You got your little Jalen Ramsey Joan on.
Don't say little. That's very disrespectful. The number 9 ranked player in the NFL, the number 1 corner in the NFL, voted by his peers once again. Just throw it out there.
I just want to also throw it out there that we do not believe in the NFL top 100 anymore.
Yeah, that's because you wearing a Rashad Jones jersey. That's why. Of course you know.
I came out with a retro today. Yeah, man.
The throwback. TBT. Literally throwback Tuesday.
Came out with the 2016 historic season where he recorded over 136 tackles, 4 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles.
That's nice.
2 fumble recoveries and 2 return for a touchdown.
That's nice, bro. I'm so happy that you remember that season.
I do. He was an absolute monster. No safety has ever done what he did.
He was. I'll be that. He did a great job. Definitely did. That's all I gotta say. He probably think I'm gonna say something else.
I thought you was gonna say something a little bit more, take it a step further.
Nah. I don't. Listen, if I did say something else, what have I said that you haven't heard already before? Like you've heard everything. Rashad Jones was a good player. He's a solid player. He's just he just wasn't as advertised as you like to make him, but he was good, serviceable. He fit that Dolphin scheme so well. Then he just came into Miami and just fit right in. I don't know, just fit
Yeah,
right in.
yeah. So I'm gonna when I finally have my own little space, I'm gonna put this mug in a nice little frame.
Don't do that, bro. You doing that's just now you overdoing it.
You sound like a hater.
I am, bro. You actually gonna hang that jersey up
Yeah, I'm gonna hang
in
this
a,
jersey up
in a case? Are you
in a
serious?
case. In a
I
case.
can, I can see it with autograph or like.
Hey, I'm
God
pretty
damn
sure
it.
I can find him and give me a nice little autograph. You never know.
And I'll be happy for you. I think I might cry if that happened for you, bro. I think I might cry.
Yeah. So I guess we can go ahead and start off this episode with there's a lot of backstory headlines with some of these games going on with the Buffalo Bills and Los Angeles Rams. You have Von Miller returning back to LA to face the Rams. The Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. You have Baker Mayfield facing his former team in the Cleveland Browns. With the Jets and the Ravens, you have Joe Flacco. If he gets the nod for the start, they haven't exactly announced that yet because they said Zach Wilson is coming back from it. Is coming back pretty
I don't
fast.
think they're going to. I don't think that. You just Joe Flacco in there.
Is Joe
I think they
Flacco?
would want Joe Flacco to play. Yeah, I think they would want him to play. He's playing the Ravens. You know what I mean? Shouldn't you want him to play?
Personally, no. I think I want to see the young boy play.
Okay, all right. Well,
I've seen all I needed to see from Joe Flacco for me to know this is your time is up. It's Zach Wilson's time, and plus, I really like Zach Wilson as a player.
me too. I think he's pretty. He's okay. He's
Right.
pretty decent.
And he got a lot to prove considering what the allegations came out during the offseason about him sleeping with somebody's mom and stuff like that. So
Which I don't understand why that's anybody's business. Like I get it. Like
I agree 1000%.
if he's a milf hunter, let him be a milf hunter, bro. Like what problem is that he likes older women?
There's no shame in his
Um,
game. There's no
I
shame
guess
in
it's
his
because it's his
game.
mom's friend or something like that. It was like her best friend or something. Maybe that's what
I don't
the
I don't
allegations were.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
Me either, because if my mom's friend is beautiful, then I'm at her neck too. So Zach, in our eyes, you did nothing wrong, bro.
I don't think I really found any of my mom's friends attractive like that.
Well, I know a few of my mom's friends been pretty good looking, and I'm all about I'm getting older. I'm aging myself. I'm 34, and I'm getting up in years, so it's starting to look a lot more sensible that I find older women a little bit more attractive now. Don't you think?
I hear you. So I got two more games for you that have some meaning here. We have the Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson's return game to Seattle.
Bronco country. That's
Let's ride. Let's ride.
right. Oh my god.
Let's ride.
Oh my god. Shout out to
And
Russell Wilson.
yes, shout out to Russell Wilson. I got one more time for the road. Let's ride.
That's right. He seemed like he was so out of character. Dude. I was like, this is not. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He can't come off gangster for nothing, bro.
Hey, what can I say? I guess the last game will probably be the Philadelphia Eagles at the Detroit Lions. That would be Darius Slay's return game to Detroit. So out of those games I just mentioned, which one do you think is the most intriguing to you?
Um, well, of course, anytime a quarterback leaves his old team and gets the opportunity to go play against them, all eyes are going to be on that game, in my opinion. No matter how bad Seattle is going to look and they're going to get beat, you don't want to see. I don't want to see Russell Wilson. I just want to see him go back to where he started his career, and I want to see the amount of love that Seattle's not known as a very territorial city. They're not very not very violent like that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's some parts of the city that's you probably don't want to go. But what I'm saying is, I think they're going to be very receptive to Russell coming out there, even though he's going to be in Broncos colors. I don't think that they're going to boo him at all. I think it's going to be a standing ovation. They're probably going to have maybe a tribute to him. It's going to be an emotional return for him because after this game, I don't think they play each other. He may very well end up never playing Seattle again, based on how long was that contract he got? Was it 8 years?
I think it's 5.
5, yeah.
5
So
year contract. So he'll swing around one more time if he's healthy, and he'll be able
right,
to play
maybe,
them again. 5 years,
yeah.
$245 million.
Okay, I don't know where I got the 8 years from, but thanks for saving me on that one. But yeah, I mean, anytime you get to see a quarterback go back to his old stomping grounds, um, and he had the opportunity to go out there on a Sunday night game, and you get to watch, watch him play. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be special. I mean, I don't think anybody in Seattle should be able to boo this guy. I mean, he did a lot for that city. He brought them to the championship ring. After coming so close many other times, well, not many. I mean, a few other times, not being able to pull it off. I mean, and here comes this guy from North Carolina State, baseball player, not too much known about him. I knew Russell Wilson was going to be a good quarterback simply because what he used to do to Florida State when he was at NC State. He was he was he was ridiculous how good he was. You can see that special talent to him when he's out there running around, and he plays playground football for the most part. But he's so damn accurate. When he's throwing off he's contorting his body in these different angles and stuff like that, and he's just so hard to bring down. He has a thick lower body. He's a small muscular guy. You don't think that his frame is able to do some of the things that he does or did for Seattle. He brought that city a lot of memories, man. So yeah, I think I would like to see that the most because it's just a better storyline compared. And week 1 is week 1. You know what I mean? It's going to be a great week of football, I'm sure. But Russell going back to Seattle is definitely, I think the media needs to be talking about that a little bit more too. I don't really see a lot of people talking about it. I mean, I think if it was like, you remember the coverage that Tom Brady was getting before he went back to New England. I mean, they were talking about it every week leading up to that
Yes.
point, like every single week. You know what I mean? And I don't really hear much about uh, Russell Wilson going back, which is kind of weird to me. But
Yeah, I was gonna say like it wasn't gonna get that. It didn't get that much hype as the previous game with Tom Brady going back to New England because they was talking about that like I want to say
every single week, bro.
every single week, even when the schedule dropped, like up from the point where the schedule dropped, they was talking about it every week. And well, maybe I don't know. Seattle, I don't feel like it's going to be very good. So I think it's already a given that the Denver Broncos are going to walk away with the dub. But we've seen some crazy things happen in the NFL where that may not be the case.
But these types of games are special, man. These games, whether we can think that it's going to be a wash, right? We think that Broncos are just a far more superior team. I think they should just win at least by 2 touchdowns because they're just that much better than them. And Geno Smith is starting, so it should definitely be at least a touchdown. But even last year when Matthew Stafford went back to with the Detroit. I mean, I felt like that should have got a little bit more coverage than it got. I mean, this guy played for that city. He loved that city so much, and he gave it their all. Like I still remember that highlight of Matthew Stafford when he got crushed, and he threw, came in, remember he's like, I'm in pain. He's just like on the ground, crying in pain from getting hit, and he got up and got back on the field and threw a strike. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
Right.
I thought I should have got more coverage.
Yeah, for sure. Like I ain't even really noticed it until they had the NFL mic'd up and they actually showed the clip. I forgot
Mhm.
what team they was playing, but they came in and ran a quarterback sneak, if I'm not mistaken, to win the game.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yeah, they don't really pay
It's kind of
homage
that
to
picking
those
and
kind of.
choosing, right? Yeah, it's
Mhm.
kind of like they're picking and choosing where they're going with certain players. Like, I still think that it makes a better story to talk about that type of stuff. But regardless of what the Seattle Seahawks currently sitting at, this still deserves more airtime. That's all I'm saying. Like, you don't really. Everyone's talking about the Rams and Buffalo, rightfully so. Like, that's going to be a good game. I'm sure it's going to be a great game. But they're even talking about other things. Lamar Jackson's contract. Is he going to actually play on Sunday, which we already know he's going to play. But it's a whole bunch of other things that are coming up, but not that. It's kind of weird,
Right.
but
Right. Well, I guess that's a perfect segue into the next topic that I have for you, which I kind of made up on the fly before we even started up this pod. What
mm,
give me an outrageous season prediction before we kick this 2022 season off.
well, it's not so outrageous. But the Rams going to repeat. That's just my number one thing. Los Angeles Rams are going to repeat, run the table again. I'm gonna guarantee that. That the great words of Charles Barkley. I guarantee that's going to be. We're going to put a guarantee on that one, in my
Right.
opinion. But also to the side though, like we said a few segments ago, we were talking about the Detroit Lions. I really believe in Detroit. I think that I think this is the year that Detroit will make the playoffs. I see some regression within the division. I don't feel like no one is that much better than each other right now in the NFC North. I feel like they're all going to be fighting for that spot, with the exception of the Chicago Bears. I think the Bears just don't have a shot at all. But who knows? They may actually make it. They may figure things out. If the Bears can figure things out offensively, then I will say they will be in that race too. I just don't think they're going to figure anything out offensively because they just don't have anything other than Fields and Cole Komet and maybe the running back and maybe
Mooney.
Mooney. But Money Mooney. But other than that, it's really nothing for to look forward to. And then you got the Detroit Lions, who have just steadily over the last few years has been getting better and better. Yeah, their record doesn't show it, but when you watch Hard Knocks and you see the amount of work that they're putting in, you can see that that team is bought into Dan Campbell. They believe in Dan Campbell. You can see it. You can tell that they believe it. The only issue that I have with the Detroit Lions is I don't know how I feel about Eric Glenn as a defensive coordinator. Hopefully, this team can play some good defense. I hope that and I pray that Aiden Hutchinson really terrorizes. Aiden Hutchinson can really get after that quarterback and create some pressure. Then Detroit will definitely have a shot because their biggest issues is the defense. They got a pretty okay front seven. I mean, the linebackers are all right, but with them rushing the passer, the secondary is putrid in my opinion. Like, I don't think they're secondary. Like they need to generate pass rush. If not, they're going to get picked apart because they don't have any solid corners that are they're okay corners. They're not like those the type of corners they have would be like number twos and threes on other teams.
You don't
Like,
think Jeff Okuda could be a number one?
I think he could. He has potential. He was drafted to be a number one, but we haven't seen it. I know there was a little bit about injuries and things like that, and then there were also some situations about his play and being invested in the game or not. And I know and like I tell people, it's hard to get players invested when you're losing. They lose the desire to want to compete when it's just like no matter what I do, I'll come out here and just no matter what I do, we end up losing every week, no matter what. So I get it. He may have just lost interest because it's Detroit by all teams, but I mean, I'm just not. I don't believe in that secondary at all. But I do believe that Jared Goff is starting to figure his role out. He's still Jared Goff though, so don't get that twisted. But I think he's starting to embrace who he is in Detroit. So he's okay. The running game is going to be decent with Swift and the other kid Williams. They got some really solid receivers that can go get the ball, especially when Jameson Williams comes back. That's another 4-3, the fastest. He's was the fastest time in the draft. That's going to be something that you're going to have to worry about. And there's no question that Jared Goff can't let that ball fly. Like they're going to connect because Jared Goff can really throw that ball deep. He can throw it out there. So then you got T.J. Hawkinson, and then you got that's a very solid offensive line. I'm telling you, man, Detroit being in the playoffs, if they made it in the playoffs, I will not be shocked.
That's
I
your
will not
bold.
be shocked.
That's your boldest.
Yeah, that's my boldest. I mean, how bold can you? That has to be the boldest statement.
Man,
What I want to say? The Texans?
I'm trying to get this thing, rev this joke up. You always talk about Detroit. Like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a
Who else
bold.
did?
I'm gonna give you a
Who?
bold.
Okay, you tell me.
I'm okay. So the Pittsburgh Steelers haven't had a losing season since Mike Tomlin has been the head coach. This year they will
Mhm.
have a losing season.
Okay, that's cap, but okay.
That's cap.
That's definitely cap. That's hella cap. But all right. I mean, I tell you one thing. Him deciding to start Mitchell Trubisky is not a good start to it. I don't know why.
I think that was a good move.
Starting Mitchell Trubisky is good.
Yeah, I think that's a good move for sure.
Yeah, of course, you think that it's sabotage for you. It's definitely sabotage.
It's not sabotage. I feel
That's
like
sabotage.
Mr. Trubisky gives you the best chance to win right now in the NFL. I'm sorry.
Did you see what Kenny Pickett did in the preseason?
That's nice, but we're not. In the preseason they don't rip out the good stuff. They rip out the good stuff in the regular season.
And you think Mitchell Trubisky can handle it?
I'm not saying that he can. I'm not saying that he can. I will probably say, I will say that if Mitch Trubisky shows that he can't handle the load, probably by like week 5 or week 6, once Kenny Pickett sees the type of defenses that he's going to be going up against, I can see him coming in and taking over.
Well, he need to figure it out because the window is definitely closing on him. Trubisky, I mean, to be fair, I mean, the Bears teams that he was on, they just weren't that good. When you look back on it, they just weren't that good. He did put up some okay numbers. In 2020, he had a 67% completion percentage, 2,055 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's okay. I mean, the passing yards are just not. That's like 1990s. That's like 90s football with those yards. Like it's just not. That's not going to be. You can't compete against Aaron Rodgers with those numbers. You know what I'm saying? And then a year before that, he had 3,138 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. And then the season before, he put up a career high 24 passing touchdowns, 3,223 yards passing, 12 interceptions, and a 66 completion. So you're right about what you're saying. Trubisky may actually be a good starter. He may figure it out. At least this time around, he has a better team, a much better team, a much better offense. Well, not much. Well, a little bit better because the Steelers still have some areas that they work. But he has a great receiving core and a great running back.
I was gonna say, with him holding the clipboard behind Josh Allen in Buffalo, I feel like that gave him an opportunity to mature as a quarterback too.
Good point. Yeah.
So we may end up seeing a totally different Mitch Trubisky this year in 2022. I'm rooting for him, to be honest with you. I kind of wanted the Dolphins to sign him in free agency, honestly.
To compete with Tua?
Yes, over Teddy Bridgewater for sure.
Yeah, I can see it, but we'll see. What I want to see Trubisky do more is run the ball.
That's up to the offense, though. I feel like I agree with you, though. I feel like they needed this design schemes to get Mitch Trubisky in space because that's where he's most dangerous, being able to have the football in his hands and be able to, with some bootlegs and some read option stuff.
Right, he can run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he needs to. They need to utilize those legs of his and that youth. I mean, he's only 28 years old, so he got a few more years left in his league. He could still end up being a solid starter. But when he came in, I know that was one of the most highest talking points for everybody when Mitchell Trubisky came into the league. Everyone was saying, "Well, oh my God, here's this super athletic kid out of North Carolina who has a really strong arm, and oh my God, don't forget he has a strong. He can really run the ball." And then when he gets into the NFL, I mean, you don't really see him, running the ball like that. As a matter of fact, his rushing stats as of Let's see, in terms of career-wise, he doesn't really have a whole lot of rushing yards. Yeah, like last season, he only ran the ball for 13 times for 24 yards. I mean, I don't feel like he's running the ball enough as that mobile quarterback. I mean, you go back to 2017. He had 41 attempts for 248 yards, 2 touchdowns. You go to 2018, he had a total of 68 rushing attempts for 421 yards. So yeah, I think him being a little bit more active with his legs is going to help them out. And as a matter of fact, that season as the Bears, they had a really good season. And when he runs the ball, there's W's on the board here.
Mm-hmm.
Win, 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 win. He's, I think they should. In 2018, what his breakout year, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? We were just saying that in 2018 was the year he put up pretty decent stats. So
I want to say that was the year they had Bill
yeah, it
Lazor
was
as the offensive
2018.
coordinator.
Yeah, 2018 he had 24 passing touchdowns and 12 interceptions. So then you can you throw in those rushing yards he had, those rushing touchdowns. That the record, no wonder he got all those wins in 2018. He was a pretty solid player.
Right.
So I'm with you there, brother.
All right. Let's go ahead and get to the moment that everybody's been waiting for. Our first game of the NFL season. Oh, he's the offensive coordinator of 2021 and 2020 and 2021. Excuse me. Uh,
Mhm.
our first game of the season, a Thursday night game, 8:20 Eastern time. The Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams. The Buffalo Bills are a 2-point favorite. The money line currently sitting right now is 110 for the Los Angeles Rams, negative 130 for the Buffalo Bills, and the over and under is 52 points. So that's about four touchdowns. No, three touchdowns and a field goal.
Mhm. From each
So
team.
for each team. So
Mhm.
where's your head at? Considering the fact the Los Angeles Rams is your squad, possibly the two top teams of each conference sitting here playing week one right now.
Um, so when looking at the spread, I see that um, Buffalo is they're giving us 2 points, right? So I mean, I was actually pretty shocked when I saw that line. I felt and I feel the Rams are a better team than Buffalo. Even though Buffalo did beat us last season, I get it. Like, I understand. But that was just more of us allowing them back into the game than them beating us. Like we for some reason we forgot how to tackle in the last quarter. It's for whatever reason we just didn't know how to take down Josh Allen. I don't know what it was. But lightning doesn't strike twice in LA like that, bro. Um, I think that the Rams are going to be motivated by the fact that we lost in that way against against Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is going to have a decent game, but I think the Rams defense is really going to show up and make it hard on him. I think the Rams are going to force him to throw the ball by shutting down that run game early. He's still going to end up getting his rushing yards because he's going to find ways to Josh Allen's not afraid to tuck the ball and run. But I think the focus is going to be the Rams shutting down the run so they can get Josh Allen to throw the ball in the air more. I think the more you give Josh Allen the opportunity to throw the ball, the more riskier it is for Buffalo. Because eventually he'll make a mistake. Eventually he's going to make a mistake. So we just need to capitalize on that mistake when he does make it and turn it into some points. So for me, I know that the line is at 2, and a lot of the public is jumping all over it. When I look at the lines everywhere on all these different sites and these pages, and I'm on YouTube and I'm researching all this stuff this morning, I'm looking at it, and everybody is just jumping on that Buffalo -2. They're just jumping on it because a field goal wins the bet for you. That's why they're jumping on it because people can see Buffalo winning with a field goal. Me personally, after finding out the injury report and hearing that they're going to keep Tre'Davious White out for what I think it's another 4 to 6 weeks. He's on a physically unable to perform list, or is it IR? One of those two. They're going to be without their best person in the secondary, and you don't want that game one going against the Rams, the defending Super Bowl champions, and you got Cooper Kupp, Mister Triple Crown, coming in, and then you got the newly acquired Allen Robinson, who's going to look to revitalize his career after having some setbacks in Jacksonville as well as Chicago. This is his first chance that he gets to really show what he's about on a really decent team. You're going to have two corners that are rookies starting on Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson. with Jared Goff throwing the ball. Not Jared Goff, but Matthew Stafford throwing the ball. I don't like it. I feel like if you're thinking like I'm thinking, you're taking the Rams on this all day. I like the Rams all day. Give me the Rams straight up. Or
Mm,
a possible over. This could be a possible over with the total. The what's the line on this? What 44 and a half? Was that
52.
52? So yeah, you're looking at about what 25-ish points apiece. This could very well go over. But I'm not thinking that it's going to go over because I want the Rams to come out there and really clamp down on defense. But it could go over. But I'm taking the Rams straight up in this game. I'm not touching the over or the spread. I'm not touching it. I got plus money on the Rams money line. I think it's what plus 130, plus 110.
Yeah, 110.
So yeah, I got plus money with the Rams. Smart bet. I'm taking that money line. That's one of my money line sleepers.
Huh. You know, I'm going to have to go ahead and agree with you with the Rams on this one. Considering the fact there's no Tre'Davious White, we're not really a fan of the corners that we have in the secondary for Buffalo. Pass rush is pretty mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sold on the Buffalo Bills running game. It's
Again, I don't understand how this is Buffalo -3, like -2. I just don't get it. Even the Rams are at home. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I think Vegas got this wrong.
well, I guess I should jump on this tonight before they end up switching this lineup again.
Probably.
So yeah, I'm with no hesitation. I'm gonna go ahead and run with the Rams here. Now, only thing is with this whole Josh Allen situation, I feel like last year in the playoffs versus the Kansas City Chiefs, that was his coming out party where he is inserting himself as one of the top echelon quarterbacks in his league. Where he looked on fire in that game where we ain't got to worry
Right.
about accuracy anymore. So
But it's the Kansas. I hear what people say. And listen, and you know I'm a Josh Allen fan, right? You know I'm a Josh Allen fan. Even when you doubted him a few years ago, you had your doubts, right? And now he's winning you over. I was already feeling that way about him even then. But it's Kansas City, bro. They don't play defense. They just don't. So you're gonna give me a Rams defense? No, bro. We take pride in defense. We got the best defensive player ever in football history with Aaron Donald. He's going to have a grudge on his shoulder for being picked at number 2 for the second consecutive time in the top 100. Then they talk about suspending him due to an incident he got in practice with a helmet. Then you got Jalen Ramsey coming back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand this line. When I saw this, I was like, this is ridiculous. How disrespectful. But I mean, I get it. It's not. Buffalo is the hottest team coming into the season. Really, they are because I just think that everyone's just on a high still right now. Like, oh my God, did you see that Buffalo and Kansas City game? That game was great, and they're just high on it. Then the Rams are going to, and just throw this little nugget out here. Sean McVay has never lost an opening game. From what I understand, from what I saw today, Sean McVay has outscored his opening game opponents 160, like in terms of points, like 160 to like 70 something. He's not lost a game. So you don't think Sean McVay is the most excited head coach in the league, the most expressive coach in terms of on-field antics? You don't think he's not going to be pumped up for this? I guarantee you that's bulletin board material for him. I guarantee it.
I hear you. Hey, I'm not saying I'm
Do
not
me a favor.
disagreeing with you.
Do me a favor. Tell me how Buffalo wins this game from your standpoint. How does Buffalo beat the Rams?
I feel like Buffalo. The only way Buffalo could win this game is if Matthew Stafford turns the ball over.
Good point.
That's the only possible way I could see Buffalo winning this game.
And if Matt Stafford doesn't turn the ball over,
If they play smart football and they can play, excuse me, if they can play smart and mistake free football, I can see the Rams walking away with this one. With the Buffalo Bills, They got a uphill battle defensively. That's the problem. Defensively, I'm not really sold on Buffalo being able to contain
I'm not.
the
I'm
Rams.
not. I'm not either. I'm not either.
So
Now I don't
yeah,
want the Rams to get too cocky because Buffalo will drive. If we get too cocky on defense, Buffalo's gonna put up 40 on us.
yes. So
Absolutely.
so I also it's you need to be able to contain Josh Allen. You can't be having him running all over the place and making plays either.
Listen, and who better but Aaron Donald? Who better? Then don't. It's not just Aaron Donald. If you get past the first line of defense, right? If you get past Aaron Donald, right? You
Uh-huh.
get past Aaron Donald. There's still Leonard Floyd, Bobby Wagner. Then if you get past him, you still got Jalen Ramsey over there. I don't see how Buffalo. I just don't get it. But okay, Vegas. If the public is saying Buffalo, I guess they know more than what we know because I don't see it. And I was right. Just throwing it out here. I was right this weekend about college football. I said the Florida State Seminoles would beat the LSU, and we did. And it should have not even been close. But that's a whole other topic.
Okay, so before we end up ending this segment, I'm going to do a prop bet too,
Mhm.
and it's going to be Von Miller is going to have 2 sacks in this game.
I can see that happening. I can see that happening because we lost Andrew Whitworth and we're replacing our left tackle position. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Noteboom might play left tackle. Maybe I got to double check that, but I think Noteboom might be playing left tackle that game. So I can see that prop bet going down. I mean, 2 sacks against our and that's why I thought you were going to bring that up because the only question mark that I did have for the most part for the Rams would be the offensive line. The offensive line is probably the most shakiest part of the unit. That's probably the most shakiest part.
I'm waiting for this thing to load right now for me to be able to actually see what I can get with $5.
Oh wow! How about to get the hell out of here, sir? How about to get the hell out of here, sir?
I feel like that's a reasonable bet. Before we end up closing this thing out, we got the Odell Beckham. Where we at with Odell Beckham? Is he coming back or
Of course, he'll be in yellow and blue, man. He'll be in yellow and blue.
he'll
We
be
gonna
in
give
yellow
him.
and blue?
Oh yeah, we gonna give him time to fully. I don't think we want Odell. Odell doesn't need to. He doesn't have anything to prove anybody right now. It's all about rehabbing that knee so he can play the next 3 4 years without any injuries popping up. I think he's really going to take his time to recover that knee 100% before he comes back out there because if he comes out there and hurt that knee again, I mean it's pretty much done. He's probably going to have hanging his cleats up. That's which would be very unfortunate for a very young, promising career. He was on his way of being one of the all-time greats. So I think he needs to just take his time, work his way back up. I saw a video of him jogging in a hotel hallway somewhere. He's kind of playing around, like he was knocking on the door. And he kind of like limped away, running away. So I got kind of nervous seeing it, but the Rams have made it very obvious, and they put it out there even in the public that they want Odell back. We've been on the record many times. Sean McVay said the same thing. He wants him back more than anybody. But it's his choice to make. I mean, I would like for him to come back to LA and help defend the crown that he helped us get. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I would like to have Odell back though, because I got to buy my Odell. I gotta buy my Odell Rams jersey. I hesitated on it because I really didn't think he was going to come back and do all that great.
All right, so one more thing. First touchdown of the game, I'm gonna go ahead and put Josh Allen. Rushing touchdown. First touchdown of the game is plus 1,000.
I mean, that'd be a really nice bet if you were putting $100 on it. You have $1,000 in your account.
Yeah. So
I mean, yeah, I mean, but you only put $5 on it. So
that'll give me 151.
hey man, hey, money is money. It's still a good bet for you.
Hey, yeah, I'll be 100. I'll be. Oh, that might exceed it. Excuse me. Um, Excuse me, that'll be $55 if I put $5 down. So I'll be
Hey, man,
$55. I'll be 50,
you
excuse me,
50.
$50 more richer than what I was.
Hey, man, black man, get your money.
You can't argue with that. That'll be a
Which,
nice
by the
little
way, guys,
steak dinner.
don't forget to hit that button down there and click on that link and get sent over to the number one betting site on the market, man. Click up with our partners at Bet Us and enter the promo code NFD for an additional 125% bonus. Put that in there. Since we talking about it.
Did we have any final thoughts before we end up closing this thing out?
Nah, man. No final thoughts for the most part. Just other than just can't wait to get back. And guys, make sure if you come across this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. More subscribers will help us spread this content out to everyone. We're looking to expand as much as we possibly can and get you guys some more good material. Hopefully, you take the advice of myself today and not the board, because I'm always right and he's always wrong. But
we were on the same page today with this game
for today. But there is a video that's due tomorrow with the rest of the spreads, and I'm pretty damn sure you're gonna say something outrageous. This is gonna be crazy. I'm certain. But I can't wait to hear it tomorrow. I'm pretty sure you got your notebook already. Divorce, most outrageous things to say week one.
We already had the conversation about the Dolphins and Patriots, so
I don't think that's a bad take personally, but I'm just surprised to hear that a Dolphin is saying, you know what, once again, were you right last year when you finished it? No, you weren't. I think the Dolphins ended up winning that game.
I took the Dolphins.
Yeah, you took the Dolphins? I thought you took the Patriots that game.
I took the Dolphins.
Okay, all right. I know one of them games you took the Patriots and the Dolphins won the game.
It was the second one when they was at home.
Okay.
The Patriots was at home. I lost that one.
Okay, there you go. I knew it was something.
So, all right. So we'll be back tomorrow to cover the rest of the games for NFL Week 1. Again, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button. Also, be sure to check us out on all our streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor. Follow us on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, and our Facebook page. This is the Not For The Bay podcast. We'll be back tomorrow.
Nah for the Bay. Nah for the Bay. We don't care what you said. Nah for the Bay. Nah for the Bay. Nah for the Bay. We ain't hearing what you said. Nah for the Bay. Fire!